At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world.
Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of Knitting Abroad. My name is Sissi and I'm coming to you from Vienna, Austria, and I'm glad you are back for our 8th episode, or if you're a new viewer, hello and welcome to our knitting podcast. I say we because we are two. Julia, who is actually right now in Sweden, Gothenburg, she is knitting abroad, and that's why we're making this podcast together, knitting abroad. So welcome if you're first time viewer. I have a lot to show you since the last time, so I'm just starting with my finished objects, and my first finished object is my little sheep vest. It's so cute, it's so small, it's kind of nearly extremely completely finished. What I want to say, I did the sticking. Yay, I have a button band already, so it's finished. It's more finished than last time you saw it, and I just have to do a little surgery on the sleeves that I haven't done yet. I will do that because the sleeves are a little bit too tight and too long. They're really long. I can show you. Please ignore the not yet woven in ends, which are hanging out. The sleeves are a little bit too long and they're really tight, so I will do a surgery. I will cut them off right here, I guess. I will cut them off right here and re-knit them, maybe in green or maybe in blue. I'm not sure yet, but I will do that. But I wasn't in the mood to do that right after finishing it. I will show you the stick, but I show you the stick, where the stick should be. I finished the jacket with a color band, I think so, button band, and that's the button band with the buttonholes on one side, and on the inside there should be the stick. But I did the sandwich technique, so I knitted from this side. I took some stitches up and I knitted from this side, then I also knitted from the other side, of course, and then I knitted them together, so the stick, the actual cutted stuff is in here. You can see it, I guess, a little. Oops. And it's the same on the other side. So there is like, I don't know how to say it. It's a little bit thicker on this side, on the inside, but I guess it won't be a problem for the little boy or girl who will get this jacket. I'm not sure if my nephew will fit in this jacket any longer. I think it's maybe too small, but it doesn't matter because there will be a child who will adore this little thing, I guess. I already have also got buttons. They're really, really beautiful. I like them a lot. They are wood buttons. They're just beautiful, and I hope they have the right size. I didn't try that out, honestly. Yes, they fit. And I think they will look really cute on this jacket. I think they will fit perfectly. They're nice. Just wood buttons from a small local yarn shop of ours, Lily Boutique. And yes, I got them there, I saw them and I said, perfect, please, 6 buttons of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's the right amount of buttons. I didn't count beforehand. So yeah, this kind of jacket is this jacket is kind of done and finished. I won't show it to you the next time. It was really fun sticking. I made some videos. I'm not sure if I can load them up because the quality isn't that good, but the sticking was really an adventure. I sewed the stick beforehand with my sewing machine, and then I was cutting it. I sewed them about 2 or 3 times. I have an Insta story. You can follow this one if you'd like. That was really much fun because cutting your knitting the first time. Yeah, it's an adventure, and it was really a fun adventure, and I'm not scared doing it again. The only thing I recognized, maybe you can see it, that my purling in the raw is definitely something different than my purling in the round. So you can see quite clearly where I started knitting in rows. That's why I changed my technique of purling the last few weeks, and maybe we will see how this will work out with the next project. Please excuse if I'm a little bit slow today with my English phrasing because I'm not on the top of my health. But I just wanted to record for you guys because yeah, I finished so much objects, and if I wait any longer, I don't know what to do with all the stuff. So my next finished object, I have to go there, I'm sorry. You already saw the Ron socks. Sorry, the sheep vest I already said was the design by Donna Smith. The sheeps from the Bubblehead are from Donna Smith, and the vest design is by is the Professor sweater by Rare Black Edge, and the yarn I used is an Austrian yarn company. It's called Vienna Wolle, and it's a superwash merino, 100% merino. It's not that super hyper soft fluffy, but for color work it's perfect, and I'm not sure how it will feel when it's blocked and washed. It's not yet washed and blocked, so I think that maybe would change, but I just will wash the little cardigan when I finish the sleeve, so that's why it's not washed yet. Finished with the sheep vest. Now I'm coming to my box of socks and my Ron socks. Please excuse the extra fluff on my socks and the cat hair. Yeah, I can change that. I'm so sorry. But still, they are beautiful. That's my Ron socks, and it's a design by Jacqueline Salem, the Clark socks officially, and yes, it was really a fun knit, and I'm always looking for the one where I miscabled. Here I miscabled, kind of. I made a mistake, and I even didn't see it. It was one of, there it is, a wrong cabling. One member of my knitting group said, "Oh, you made a mistake there," and I was, yes, oops, yeah. I don't care. I was nearly finished with the sock when she mentioned it, and I said, okay, I don't wanna go back. I don't care. I have it on my foot or on my feet, so I won't see this mistake. Yeah, it was really a fun knit. I love how the yarn just softened up. It's Mandusana yarn in the color way Ron. That's why they are my Ron socks. And if you're a returning viewer, you know that my 12 pairs of socks that I wanted to knit this year were all Harry Potter themed, so perfect for my Harry Potter sock collection. But I won't make it for the 12 pair of socks because I'm on pair 8. That's my 8th finished pair of socks, and it's already December, and I'm sure that I won't knit 4 pair of socks for me this month. No, maybe we'll finish 1 or maybe 2 pair of socks, but I don't think so. I'm not sure if I will finish another one till Christmas, but it doesn't matter. I have this pair of socks and I love it, and I will show you maybe the whole collection next time or when I have a full box of socks. Kristen of Woolen Wine won't make another knit-along next year, so there won't be a box of socks knit-along next year, but I don't care, I will finish my socks anyway, my box anyway. So that's another finished object. That was the second one. The next two ones, or three ones. The next one I haven't shown you yet, so that's a kind of a new finished object, and you haven't seen it as a work in progress. It's my Mary Ellen Carter shawl. That was a test knit for Juliette Williams or Juliette Picot. It's an Irish indie designer, I'm sorry. And I really like this shawl. It's quite nice. I like the shape a lot. For me it's just too small, so I won't wear it. I will give it as a shop sample or a yarn sample to one of my local yarn shops, and just will show you the design a little bit better. So I fold it in half. Every stripe is another pattern design. So it's starting with a simple purling design, then there comes also a pearl and knit design which shows triangles. It's not so good to see in the on the darker yarn. Then there you have caros, rauten. I don't know the word in English. There you have a eyelet design. I will open it a little bit later, can show you better. Then the slip stitch design I love a lot. It's very soft, it's very cozy, it's a perfect texture, it feels really, really good. The next one is just also knit and purse. I love the bubbles. It was really a little bit of pain to knit because it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps backward, 3 steps forward, and then next row. And there is just a broken rib at the end. That's quite simple. Show you the eyelet design a little bit clearer when it's opened up. It's already blocked. I like it a lot. And I used for the main colors, so for the purple and the yellow, I used Dye My Style yarn in Fingering Superior Active Sock, I think it's the name. I called the yellow one Gold Digger and the purple one Aubergine. And the kind of white stripes in between is a hedgehog fiber, and I guess, I'm not quite sure, it's the colorway Monarch. That I had some leftovers, and I love it a lot because, I hope you can see that, the Monarch colorway is catching the yellow and the purple in its speckles quite perfect. There you have the purple speckles, and there you have some yellow speckles just in the same color kind of way, and it's so nice. I love it a lot, so it was the perfect decision. I made this shawl in quite similar colors like the designer, I'm so sorry, like the designer, and she used dark blue and yellow and white in the middle, so it's nearly the same. It reminds a little bit of a Hufflepuff shawl. So yay for Harry Potter once more. Test knitting was really fun. I have to say I found some mistakes in the pattern, but I'm totally fine with that. As a test knitter, that's my job. And honestly, it was fun for me to recalculate or to calculate the pattern. Where is the mistake? Did I just misread something, some instructions, or is there an actual problem with the pattern, something like that? And that was, for me, it was quite fun. I liked it a lot, and you find all the informations on my Reverie project page. So you can find me on Reverie as Trochilida. You can also find me on Instagram as, I hope I say it correctly this time, _Trochilida_. And yes, there you can find all the informations. Also on our show notes, in our group on Reverie Knitting Abroad, and also down there in the description box, and also on www.knittingabroad.com. There you'll find the show notes. It's all the information on the interwebs. Yay! So, third finished object. Next finished object. I didn't show you either, I guess. I don't think so. I'm not sure if I showed you the beginning of it. My mittens for a dear friend of mine, my Bell mittens or Sleeping Beauty. You won't find this pattern on Reverie. It's in a book, and it's in a German book called Märchenhaft stricken, so fairy tale knitting. And I show you the mittens. They are not washed and blocked yet, but they are done. I love them. So these are the mittens. Oops. I hope you can see that nicely. It's a gradient yarn from Lana Grossa. It's Cashmere Fiend 16, and it's so soft. It's so awesome, and it's yeah, it really knitted up quite nicely. If my eyes are focused, you can't see the design, but I can't see anything. I'm so sorry. So it's just it's a really easy pattern with yarn overs and knit two together for some rows, and then you change the just change it. You're starting with yarn overs, knitting some stitches, knitting two together for some rows, and then you change that. So it's really an easy pattern. I didn't make thumb or gusset. I just made a buttonhole kind of. So I was knitting in the round till I came to the point where I wanted to make a hole for the thumb. There I stopped knitting, and then I was knitting in rows. And this I did for 2 repeats, pattern repeats, and then I started to knit again in the round here and finished this thing. It was really fast knitting. It was you see they are quite long. I think they will maybe grow a little because of the cashmere, and that's fine for my friend. She wanted them this size, and you cast on more stitches than you will end. You will just decrease some stitches, or like in my case, just lose them on the way up. So, oh, okay, there should be 8 stitches. Where is the... Oh, forget it. Doesn't matter. That happened a few times, but in the end I had the right amount of stitches, and that's the most important thing. Yes, liked knitting with this a lot, and I'm so happy that I was able to make a matching pair of mittens. So they have the same gradient. It wasn't that easy because this gray has, I think, 3 shades of gray, not 50, but at least 3. And it wasn't that easy to find it. So I give you a close up again. Yes, and they worked out quite nice. And so for our festive knit along, I have a Christmas present. Yay! So this goes directly into our festive knit along, which is going on knit along in our Reverie group. And this one goes till we said January the 6th. Oh, not so easy today. And yeah, if you want to join, do it. We will love it. You can knit anything that's kind of Christmassy, festive, wintry. The yarn could be a winter color, or can remind you of snowflakes or winter or anything, or you will knit something for yourself for Christmas, or Happy New Year! You bought yarn last Christmas or you got an advent calendar, and you know what I mean. So that's a festive knit along. Just something about this time of the year that belongs together. The last finished object is, yes, my last finished object is a baby knits. It's so small, it's so cute, it's so... It's a rainbow unicorn colorful mermaid. Ah, I love it. It's so cute. So this little cutie is finished, totally finished, and it's also a German pattern, so it's called Erstlingsmütze, that means kind of newborn hat, and it's from, look it up, Gabriela Wittmer-Hanke, and it's also from a book. Actually, it's from this book, Mama Strick Babybuch. It's really cute. You see there, it's the smally hat, Erstlingsmütze. And yes, I knitted this little cutie thing in 2 days. I started in the evening 2 days ago and finished it yesterday, and today I made the I-cords and just sewed them on. Better to say Kitchener stitched it on, I would tell you. Yes, very fast, very fun knit. It's made out of, maybe you know it from my Shui Shrug, it's Nora George yarn. And I had about 40 grams left, and the pattern said you will need about 50 grams. And I was like, I will have something I can mix under if I will have too less yarn. Yeah, still I have some left over, about 15 grams or something like that. So this little cutie didn't use about, I think I had about 30 grams or something like that in this small hat, and I think it will fit. I made the size for 3 to 6 months. I think that's big enough. I will test it out, or I will ask. And yeah, it's perfect because it's cashmere merino. It's a cashmere merino blend or merino cashmere blend, so it's really, really soft. It will peel with time, but it's a baby hat. It won't be worn that much, I guess, because babies don't stay that small. And yeah, about the pattern, it's a really easy and fast pattern because it's very small. You have some increases on the back of this hat. It's knitted in rounds, so you have some increases on the back. And then when you come to the top of the hat, you decrease again. And that's really, really clever. You have this short row construction on the top of the hat. And I thought that looked really cute, and it was really, it's fast, it's nice, and it looks really, really nice. What I liked a lot is the bond stitches. I'm not sure how you call them, and how they were knitted, because when you're knitting on the right side, you're just knitting, and when you're knitting on the wrong side, it's always knitting because it's Gardner. But when you're knitting on the wrong side, the first 2 stitches you just slip purlwise, I guess, and also, or with yarn one. Yeah, I think purlwise. I'm not sure right now. I think purlwise. Yes. First 2 stitches you slip purlwise, and also the last 2 stitches you slip purlwise. So it's kind of a little bit like, it looks like an I-cord, a simple I-cord, but it's not, because but it looks really neat. I like it. I like the look. I will hopefully remember that with the next shawl. That's something I really think is cool. Then I made 2 I-cords, and I Kitchener stitched them on. I didn't just sew them on, I just Kitchener stitched. Yeah, here you can see for the mistakes I make. I was doing the border stitches wrong here in the beginning. Yeah, you could rip back and start over again, or you just don't care, like I did. It's a baby knit, it's okay. So yeah, fun yarn, fun pattern, easy knit, go for it. It was really cool. So I liked it a lot. That was it with my finished objects, and I say knit switch.
Hi and welcome to the 8th episode of Knitting Abroad. I'm coming to you from Gothenburg, Gothenburg in Sweden, and yeah, I moved, and that's why the light situation is worse. But I'm going to improve it for the next episode. But I thought we would like to show you some progress, me also, and therefore I decided to record a little bit for this episode, although the light situation is bad. First and for all, me, Julia, now in Sweden, and on Instagram I'm knitting abroad, and on Ravelry I'm knit abroad, and we have also a Ravelry group called Knitting Abroad Podcast, and you have all the informations here. So for me is this week just works in progress, and I have to show you 2 works in progress you already know. Works in progress. First one is the sweater for my niece. So dear niece, if you don't want to see it, just look away. Here it is, the Sunset Highway, knitted with alpaca silk, a finished sleeve, yeah, and then a second sleeve in progress. It is the first time for me I knit with such small needles for sleeves, and I totally enjoy it. I thought it's going to be because these are no needles, these are just small and really, but it's wonderful. You shall not have an opinion if you didn't try it. Wonderful. I totally recommend to knit sleeves with those, because you don't have this little space between the stitches where you turn your work or when you slip through the magic loop. Yep, you know what I mean. Yeah, Sleeve Island, second sleeve in progress. I enjoyed it. And yeah, also color work on the small needles is wonderful. I imagine knitting color works on double pointed needles. I think this is a totally lost cause in my case. Color work and more than 2 needles, I think I'm going to lose it, and therefore I decided to try this small needles, and it was the best decision ever. Second work in progress is my arboreal sweater, knitted out of Einrum yarn from Iceland, and this is the yoke. Almost done. Second leaf is almost finished, and yeah, it goes slowly because I just want to finish the sweater for my niece, but as soon as this is finished, this is going to be my sweater. First colorwork sweater with long sleeves for me. So I'm sorry, but that's all for now for this episode from me. Yeah, so visit us on Ravelry, on Instagram, in our Ravelry group, say hello or not. If you want to ask something, just do it in the comment box below. And yeah, as I said, from me, this is all for this episode. So I'm saying knit switch to Sissi, and bye, happy knitting.
So, to my works in progress, I can show you some stuff I'm working on and that you already have seen. I'm starting with my April pullover by Isabel Kremer with the beautiful yarn from Le Bien Aimé. Show you the yarn again first, this time. So that's the yarn by Le Bien Aimé. It's on the allure base with cashmere silk and baby alpaca, and that's why it has this beautiful halo and fluff. You can see, I hope. Yeah, you can see the halo, I guess. It's not cat hair, I promise. There is also cat hair, but that's not the cat hair on this one. And it's so totally soft, but I'm knitting on 2.5 millimeter needles. That's why I'm kind of slow. But I made some progress there. The last time you saw me knitting on it, I was here on this part, so a little bit of progress, not much, I have to say, I have to be honest, but a little bit. And that's just because I know no matter when I will finish this, I won't wear it till it's spring again, so that's why it's lingering a little. And I have to concentrate a lot on the pattern because of the lace pattern. I'll show you again. It's really fun to knit. I love it a lot, but I have to knit 23 centimeters after the armhole, and yeah, I don't have 23 centimeters yet. I don't know how much, but it takes time. And yes, when I'm in the mood, I'm taking this and knit some rows on it, some pattern repeats, or maybe one pattern repeat, but I'm not doing it very fastly, so that's a quick one. Work in progress. Still totally in love with the pattern, still totally in love with the soft yarn, of course. And I'm so looking forward to have this finished and actually wear it in the spring. I'm not sure if I will do the whole length that is set in the pattern because of the alpaca and the cashmere. I know that it will grow, and I have to discuss this with my colleagues and knitting buddies, what they say, what's their opinion on that. But for now, a nice work in progress, I like it. The next work in progress you also already saw. It's the Bubbles shawl by Andrea Murray. I'm not good at pronouncing today, I'm so sorry. And yes, you maybe will ask, where are your needle cozies? I don't know, I just put them anywhere, and I'm glad not losing stitches of my projects. Right now, I'm fine. So, what I have. Shoopsie. I have this much. You saw me the last time. The last time you saw this project, better to say, I was on this part, on the lace part, and now I'm on the second contrast color, where the beginning is just repeated with the garter stripes. Then there is the two-colored brioche, first with the one as a main color, then with the other as a main color. Then there comes the lace section. I can show the lace section a little bit closer because it's really nice. And there you see the speckles. So beautiful. Then there is the garter part again, and also the ribbing, the brioche ribbing. And after the brioche ribbing, there will be again the lace part, also again in this colorway. And then the ends, I have a brioche lace with the baritone and the main color. The yarns are Le Bien Aimé in Merino Single Winter Garden, Magpie Fiber in Soirée, also a single, and Magpie Fiber in Harpoon, also single. So this is perfect yarn for a shawl, and I like a lot. It's very squishy, it's very soft. Also on this one, I don't stress myself out. I knit it when I have the mood, when I'm in the mood for it. So it's not like, oh, I want this design finished, I want to wear it already. I'm growing on it. Still not sure about the shape, but yes, it's not that mindless knitting, but like with the brioche, so I just have to think when I have to decrease and increase and on which side it's easy, but when I have to do the increases and decreases. That's what I have to think about, but the rest of it is kind of mindless knitting. Right now I'm missing a mindless knitting because I just have projects where I have to concentrate. I maybe have to think about something because I got so many projects off my needles. I can put another one on my needles. Not sure which one will be the next. Maybe a Christmas knit, for sure a Christmas knit. Christmas knits, next work in progress. I don't have to show you a lot. I can show you a lot, but I have a brim and that's all I have right now. So this is my only mindless knitting right now. Yes, it's not very interesting, I have to say. It's, if you have recognized it, it's the same yarn as with the sheep west, and that's what this one will become, a bubble hat in exactly this colors, this design. And yes, it's just another bubble hat. I made already one for Julia, so that's my second one, and I'm knitting this out of Vienna wolle, and I'm knitting with new needles this time, wooden needles, bamboos. They are fixed circulars, so I'm doing it with magic glue, knitting this at magic glue. And the needles are called, they are new to me, sea knit. Hope you can see that. And it's US 4. Oops. Yes, no, yeah, you can see it. US 4. So 3.5 millimeters, 80 centimeters, or 32 inches. And the special thing about these needles is that they have, you can't see it, but like the higher, you can turn them, you can turn the cable. It's not stuck. So that's quite nice. I'm not a fan of bamboo in particular, but I like to knit with, I prefer to knit with wooden needles. So I thought I would just test them out. I also got them at the Lily Boutique in Vienna, and that's a new brand of their shop. So yeah, just trying them out, and so far I like them. They're especially working good together with the yarn. So started on 3.5 millimeter needles for the brim, but I will knit the head with 4 millimeter needles. Yeah, the color work. That's not finished yet. The last thing I want to show you, I'm knitting a mystery knit along, and I've already finished by the first clue. It's Adventgeheimnis 2018 by Yarnbird. It's a member of our Austrian yarn club, and if you're knitting with us and you haven't knitted the first clue yet, then just look away. The second clue is already out, and that's how far I got. I show it to you now. It's just all the yarn. It's just a brim. It's not much to see. So you have here the effect color, the main color, and on the top the white one will be the contrast color. And that's all I got so far. About the yarn, I'm again knitting with Dye My Style. Oopsie. Oops. Out of my head, I just don't know the colorways, but I guess that maybe Julia will show you the same colors and the same yarn and maybe the same design, because she got from me for Christmas and for Advent, she got the same yarn. So I splitted the 3 skeins, I splitted them in half and sent the half of the yarn to her to Sweden, so we can knit together the same mittens. So it's kind of a knit along with the same yarn and the same design, and it's doing it together, although we are for now not still apart, we're still apart, but not for long. I will see her soon, because her birthday is coming and Christmas is coming and then my birthday is coming, so it's birthday, Christmas, birthday, yay! And we will celebrate all the three things and fests together. First me in Sweden and then with her in Vienna, and that's just awesome. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. That will be so much fun. It's great. That was it with my works in progress, and I have some stash enhancement, but before that I say knit switch. For the stash enhancement, I just make it very quick because I am really bad at concentrating at the moment. I just show you again the book I bought. It's the Mama Strick Baby book. Mama Knit Baby book, if you want to say it like that. It's in German, so all the patterns are in German, and I'm buying a book if there are at least 2 or 3 patterns inside that I want to do myself or knit myself. So it was the first thing I saw was this baby hat with the short row detail on the top. So I saw this picture and said, yes, that's something I'd like to knit. That was the first design I saw. Then I saw this baby blanket and I said, yeah, that's really nice. I can totally imagine knitting this one. And also something I saw and really was intrigued by this design ensemble, this combination. It's so cute. I really, really, really like it. I love this cardigan with the eyelets. It's so sweet. And there are at least 4 or 5 designs in there which I really liked. Also this little polunder, I think it's cute. And so I said, okay, 3-4 designs. Also the blankets on the front, or this jacket, for about 17 euros. It's not much, and yes, that was the first stash enhancement kind of which I bought. And the second, it's yarn. It's red yarn. It's beautiful. So I show it to you. This beauty by Stranded Dyeworks in the colorway Firecracker, in the base BFL nylon. Yep, yeah, here it is. So it's super soft. It's falling on the ground. It's super soft. It's just perfect, and I bought 4 skeins of yarn to make myself a garment. It's focusing now, yeah. And it's really a lot of reddish, pinkish, speckled goodness. Also orange tone, but it's more reddish than pinkish, I would say, because of this black speckles and dark red speckles here, orange. I like a lot. It's so beautiful. And yes, I bought 4 skeins of this beauty, and maybe knitting a V-neck boxy by Hochi Locatelli, but not 100% sure, but I'm quite sure. I'm also looking forward to knit a Zweig pullover next year. I will talk about this the next time a little bit more in detail with the yarn that I bought, but for today that was it from my side with my perfect stash enhancement, and I hope to see you guys the next time and soon again. Happy knitting. Bye.
I'll be gone for now, but you can still hear the sound of my voice.